Okay, so today's question is number of zero filled subarrays. Okay, so we are given a nums of array and we have to calculate the total number of subarrays that are filled with the zeros. Okay, so you can see this is the subarrays, these are the subarrays which are completely filled with the zeros. Okay, so let's see how we can solve today's question. So let's take this example for understanding this question. Okay, so this is the subarray which is completely filled with zero. This is these kind of subarrays are completely filled with the zeros. Okay, so what we can do, we can try out all the possible subarrays. How we can do that? We can write two loops and calculate all the subarrays, right? Like first loop from 0 to n minus 1, another loop from j like I for 0 to 1, 0 to n minus 1, then j was I plus 1 to n minus 1. Okay, so we can calculate all the subarrays and then we can check if it is the the subarray was completely filled with the 0 or not. Okay, so let's say this example, this is subarray like 0 to 0. We have to check if there is any number which is else than 0. Okay, so in this case there is 2 which is not 0, so we can return false and we can don't consider this subarray. But the complexity becomes n cube, equivalent to n cube. To traverse the two loops we have to take n square, and to check the all the elements are 0 or not, it's n. So n into n square is equivalent to n cube. So this is not going to accept because the time like constraints are very high. 10 to the power of 5 is the length of the array. Okay, so let's see how we can solve today's question. Okay, so before that, let's see how we can calculate. So for only one, how many subarrays are there? He itself is a subarray. So one, okay, one subarray. When we add another zero, how many subarrays are there? Okay, already we have one. Now this zero can make subarray like array with this zero. Okay, this is one and he itself is a subarray, right? So we can add two for third zero. How many subarrays are there? Like this zero can make subarray with this zero and with this zero, and he itself is a subarray. Okay, so 3. So we can add 3. So the length of the window is the number of subarrays are added. Okay, so let's see if there is 0. How many? 4. How? This 0 will make subarray with this 0. This is the second subarray, this is the third subarray, and he itself is a subarray. So the 4 we are added. Okay, if I have 5, so this is subarray, second subarray, third subarray, 4 and 5. So the total are 5. Okay, this is the idea. Okay, now let's see how we can solve this question. So this kind of question are basically solved by using concept called sliding window. Okay, so our we have to just keep the track of valid window. Okay, so let's see, we have like two pointers. This is the left pointer and this is the right pointer for now. Okay, so let's dry run on this question. Okay, our basic idea is like this is valid window, the answer is 1. If this is also valid window, answer becomes 3. Okay, we have to add 2. If this is also valid window, the answer is we have to add 3. Why? Because this can make 3 subarrays, this can make 2 subarrays, this can make 1 subarray. Okay, now let's dry run. If we have like 0 on our right pointer, we have valid window, right? So our answer is 1. That is nothing but right minus left plus 1. Okay, so this is 1. Okay, when our right pointer shifts to next element. Okay, now our right pointer is here, this is also valid window, this is also valid window. We can add our 2. Okay, right minus left plus 1. Now our right pointer is here, this is also valid window because our left pointer is also pointing to 0. That means every element is 0, it is valid window. So we can add 3, left minus right plus 1, because our this is index 2, this is index 0. 2 minus 0 plus 1 is 3. Okay, so now let's see, let's go to next element. Now our right pointer is here, This is not a 2, this is not a 0. That means our valid window is not over now. Okay, that means we have to point our left pointer also here. This is the main point of algorithm. Now our left pointer is 0 and we are not standing on 0. We are not standing on 0, then we are not going to calculate any answer. Okay, so now let's move to next element. Okay, so now our right pointer is here. Okay, we are standing at 0, but we have to make sure also our left pointer is also standing on 0. In this case our left pointer is not standing on 0, so we have to move it. Now we can move it to here. Okay, we can move it to here. Now we have our valid window, right? So we can add 1 because right minus left plus 1, that is 1. Okay, now our right pointers become here. Okay, now our right pointer is here and this is a valid window. Our left pointer is also pointing to 0. Okay, so the size of this window is 2. Okay, so in total we have this much amount of sub arrays and that is nothing but 9. And this is time complexity is big of n because we are only traversing on this subarray and also we are traversing our left pointer also, so the time complexity is 2n. It is equivalent to like n. This is accepted. So now let's see how coding part. Okay, so we our answer can be long, so we are taking our answer to 0, initialize from 0. Okay, and our left pointer is 0. So we are traversing on our array with our right pointer. Right is going to last index, right? Right plus plus. Okay, so if our nums of right is equal to 0, that means we have 0 and valid, so valid index. So our answer plus equal to right minus left plus 1, right? But we have to make sure that our left pointer is also pointing to 0, so we have to move our left pointer. If it is not equal to 0, we just have to simply move our left pointer, and also we have to make sure our left pointer stays before our right pointer, right? Okay, so left is equal to right. Okay, because we have to calculate till right. Okay, we are moving right by right one by one, but for now we just have to calculate until our right pointer. Okay, and if our right pointer is not pointing to 0, means our window is shrink to only 1. Our left pointer become right and we are not calculating at this case, right? We are discussed on this example, like when our left pointer and right pointer become 2, this is not a valid index, valid subarray, so we are not calculating anything. Okay, so this is how we are doing it and we can return our answer line. So let's see if it is run or not. Okay, let's try to submit it. If you like the video, then please subscribe to my channel and like the video and share also. Yeah, it is getting accepted. Thank you so much for watching.